Greetings. Your brother Elder Blacklight, Supreme Council of the Elders. The reason why they separated us on the plantation because they was in the process of screening out the wise ones and eliminating them from the rest of the group so they won't pass on the knowledge of self to the young ones. And they also removed the mother because she's the natural teacher of her children, of her babies. So they separated us and gave the children over to the Caucasian woman to teach us into the ways of the Caucasian. A little over 400 years ago, all this happened. So, on the coming of Master Farad Muhammad, he came to return us to the knowledge of self, and he gave that assignment to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad only had a third grade education. But in a matter of 3 years, he taught all this knowledge, 76 trillion years worth of knowledge, to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he, one of the things he taught him was that the atom is actually Allah self-created. In other words, the atom is Allah. The first stage, or one of the, we don't know if that's the first stage, but one of the stages of Allah manifesting himself. And the atom there's many different kinds of atom now, but they all derive from the one atom, which is Allah. So when we start using the terminology God, God means the possessor of knowledge and force. But Allah is the master. Did I say knowledge and force? I mean power and possessor of power and force. And knowledge is one of the powers, but Allah is the master of power and force, which came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Now, if you notice today, after the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who is no longer here among us, but he left plenty of literature, plenty of books. Behind me is the Supreme Wisdom, which was only relegated to the FBI. I mean, The FBI is studying that book. They came in there and got it. But it's relegated to the FOI. And it's putting kind of like a code, you know, because W.D. Farrar knew that they were going to be picking up on all this information. So everything today, all the technology and whatever, all the medicine and is from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Healthy living, what to eat, what not to eat is from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But it's all in the Bible, in the Old Testament. When Moses was teaching, what Allah taught Moses, and Moses was like that of the messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. His job was to go, what they titled, go and teach the children of Israel. That's the Caucasian. And his title was prophet instead of messenger. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the last, actually, he's not a prophet, but not in that sense of Moses and the rest of the prophets. He's a messenger of Allah because Allah came direct to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and gave him his post as messenger. Today, you got all these brothers on YouTube who are agents. Some of them know it, some of them don't know it, because they don't believe in Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They are agents of the Caucasian, or the devil, or Satan. Satan is a stage of the devil. We'll get into that as we go. So, we want you to pick up some literature written by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and compare what he's saying to today's times. You got Biden, you got Trump. Both of them are on trial. One is on trial by the media. Both of them are on trial by the media. But they're actually trying to prosecute Trump for corruption. So they are both crooked. And the Federal Reserve took over the government. Took all the gold from and they are poisoning the water, poisoning the air. So Allah is allowing all this to happen because the original Asiatic black man can't recognize himself, can't recognize Allah. So if you're original and you're directly from Allah, you have the same powers of Allah. But you refuse to recognize yourself. When you look in the mirror, you see a white man. Because you don't want to be black. You have programmed that in you. So we're going to sign out. Till the next one. We're going to continue. Assalamu alaikum.